Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to some more Let's Roleplay Darkest Dungeon. So, after completing our first mission, we've got a couple of new unlocked buildings. We're going to see that the entire town is not available to us right at first, but we do have the Abbey and the Tavern. Let's go ahead and check out the Abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
Alright, and so the Abbey is going to be used for stress reduction. Now, as you can see, our units here came back from that with a fair amount of stress. Fitton is definitely going to need a little bit of help. And so, I'm thinking here, let's go ahead and we'll sort by stress. So, Fitton, Mandeville, Dismas are high priorities. Renault could probably go back out if we absolutely have to. Also, the tavern.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Can be used for the same purpose, eliminating some of the stress that our units are feeling. Now, I'm thinking we're going to toss Fitton here into the Penance Hall. It's going to cost a little bit of gold, but it's totally going to be worth it. Ooh. Some scary grates closing over in there. And Mandeville we'll go ahead and put into Prey. That seems fairly fitting for a Virgin Vestal. And then I think Dismas would probably prefer Pleasures of the Flesh more than anything. Alright, so we'll go with that. And then Renaud will only Prey. I think we're probably going to do nothing with him at 25. He'll probably be alright if we need to send him back out. And now, you may be asking yourselves how we're going to be doing any more dungeoneering with only one guy not preoccupied. So that means we're heading to the stagecoach for some new recruits. And we find here that we've got 2 jesters, a crusader, and a leper. That is going to make for a very interesting party composition. Let's go ahead and find out what the description is. We didn't get to hear the voice work on the Crusader as he was already in our party when we started with Renaud. So,
a mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
Alright. So, Savigny here has a fairly different composition than Renaud did. Namely in his Holy Lance ability, which probably one of my favorite skills that he has. It's got a very large crit modifier, which is one of the great things about it. But also, so it's something he can use from the back, and it moves him forward, which I find to be a really nice compliment on a Crusader, especially if your team gets juggled around due to being surprised. He also has a self-heal with Battle Heal, and a self-buff with Bulwark of Faith. Alright, I'm digging it. His negative quirks, deviant tastes, they don't let him in the brothel because he likes to do weird things, but quick reflexes, which is fairly positive. And that's not going to affect us at all on the battlefield, so it's not really a huge deal. Next up we get the leper.
This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same.
Alright, natural swing is fantastic on the leper, as one of his biggest disadvantages is his low accuracy. Second Wind, gains some additional damage when he's hurt. And Known Cheat, another I'm not too worried about. He's just not allowed to gamble. He's then got Chop. So he's a frontline tank, basically. More damage, but less accuracy than the Crusader, with more of a focus on self-buffs. Like Revenge here, increased damage, increased accuracy, reduced dodge and protection. Withstand, which increases protection and heals stress, and Solemnity, which is a self-heal and also buffs up his resistances. So his only attacking ability that he has is Chop, which will be used for the first 2 ranks, can hit the first 2 ranks, but as you can see, his accuracy base, 65. That will, of course, be influenced by Natural Swing. Some of the abilities he didn't get, he's got a multi-hit with Hue, Purge, which now clears all corpses, and does knockback. That's kind of interesting. And Intimidate. Alright, so hits the front 2 and has a debuff associated with it. Alright. And finally, our Jester class is... Let's go ahead and drag him over here.
You will be laughing still at the end.
Oh, yes, he will. Dacnomania, so he's going to do some curio interactions that we don't always want him to. But he gets some accuracy and critical chance against Eldritch. And he's kind of interesting. He's been reworked in this patch, so I'm not going to say that I necessarily know exactly how he's going to work. Harvest can be used from the middle 2 ranks, deals damage to both the middle ranks of the enemy, and causes bleed. Slice off is similar, although is a single party or a single attack. Instead of hitting both, it just hits one or the other, also inflicting bleed, but without the same negative damage modifier. And then he's got Battle Ballad as a party buff and Inspiring Tune as a stress heal. Now he's missing Solo, which can be used from anywhere, moves him forward 3, does no damage, but decreases the entire enemy team's accuracy. Finale, which would then be used from the front row, so like if you soloed up, then you would Finale, moves him back 3, does a ton of damage, but then does a ton of self-debuffing. Alright. And Dirk Stab, which he doesn't have, moving him forward 1 rank. Okay. So he's going to be useful from probably the 3rd rank. Doing some... It does have Inspiring Tune he won't be able to use from there. Alright, and then our other Jester...
You will be laughing
also going to be laughing still.
At the end.
Speed, Flagellant, Thin-Blooded. Alright, and similarly, except this time, he has Solo. Alright, Solo doesn't seem quite so useful without Finale to complement it. Alright, well, I tell you what, I am not too interested in spending money on level 0 characters. I just don't generally feel that they're worth it. So we are going to be picking our first optional dungeon to go into. So we just have the ruins unlocked, but we've got 4 different things we can do. We're going to steer away from these medium dungeons at first here. There's a length over here. And instead we'll look at the 2 short. Only real difference is whether or not we get a caution cloak for increased scouting but reduced speed, or the Book of Intuition for increased scouting but less virtue. I'd say that's just pretty objectively better. Skirmish mission. Okay. So, I tell you what, let's go with... We'll put him in the 2nd rank so that he can use his handy-dandy Holy Lance at least occasionally. And then with these 2 guys, who can do stuff from the back? So he's missing Inspiring Tune, so probably that composition. And then from the 3rd rank, he'll be able to basically just harvest and slice off. Okay. I'm kind of okay with that. You can Battle Ballad from there as well. Alright, this may prove utterly disastrous, but we're going to give it a shot. Going to go up to 10 food, actually 12 food. We don't have anybody that can heal. We'll grab like 5 torches and a shovel, just in case. And, yeah, I think that's going to do it for our next excursion into the ruins. We can retreat from combat and even abandon quests. That might be a little bit of foreshadowing there as we're heading in with a level 0 party. But hopefully things do not go terribly.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Alright, so we're looking at completing all room battles. Oh, please don't be obsessed with killing. Okay. So he's going to, of course, check out the Iron Maiden. Thankfully, there was nothing bad about it. Oh, and we surprised the enemy. That's also awesome. You'll notice we did start with 20 stress. That is due to the fact that our entire party is level 0, and this is a level 1 dungeon. So they are already scared just kind of coming into it. We'll go ahead and buff everybody. Nice. And then... get Holy Lance. Okay, so let's see. Smite would do... It's no longer... Oh, okay. Wait, smite couldn't hit him. Ah, I see, I see. Okay, 6 to 12, 85%, or 68%. Let's go with the slightly better odds on that guy. These guys have a ton of protection now. A lot of people have, of course, questioned how much sense that makes. I tend to view it as the maggots representing, like, multiple maggots, right? Like, they're not just one thing. So a single attack is... Ooh, that's very bad. A single attack is very unlikely to be able to kill them.
Give them no quarter.
Okay, awesome. The bleed is going to finish him off. You know, so a single attack is unlikely to kill them because you're going to spend most of your time like squishing down multiple of them. And I think that makes like a fair amount of sense. Like, I'm kind of okay with it. It doesn't burst my immersion at all. Nice. He gained evasive. +5 dodge. I'm totally okay with that. Alright, and the first room is a room battle. Alright, bone rabble, bone courtiers. I can't bleed these guys, which is bad. Alright, this could do 3 to 5. This could do 2 to 4. Or we could buff the whole team. I tell you what, we're gonna double battle ballad on these guys, and then rely on just our front ranks to get the job done. And I think they'll be able to do it. Yeah, crushing those guys. Now the stress-inducing is gonna be very bad, as we're already up to 40, 60 now. Yeah. I kinda don't see Husin making it through this fight without getting his resilience tested. That's actually kind of awful. Damage accuracy, dodge. Let's do a little bit of self-healing, or stress self-healing, rather. Also, he would only be able to attack those first 2 anyway, and he can do that. Now, we are going to need to get through these corpses. I know from the patch notes that the corpses do eventually go away on their own, but I'm not seeing like any kind of indication of when that's going to happen exactly. I could do 2 to 4, 3 to 5. I guess, why not? I can bleed the corpses. That makes about 0 sense, just for the record. Alright, we'll move him forward 1. He's going to Tempting Goblet at our back line. And then, I guess we'll just smite through corpses to drag him up. Okay. We could do a tiny amount of damage to him. Of course, he's at 200% bleed resistance. That's not going to accomplish much. I guess we'll just re-party buff again. Alright, finally. And some smiting action.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, I'd say the hope is definitely fairly faint. Lock sarcophagus, we didn't bring a key. It's trapped. I resisted it. Yay! Alright, moving on. Down to 58. Unburned torch. And a random portrait. Where was the portrait hiding behind that stick? Does that make any sense to anybody? Alright.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Very glad I brought the shovel, as not having a shovel for that is like a huge damage and stress inducer. Oh, got another surprise. We are amazing. Alright, all of our buffs have worn off. Let's go ahead and do that again. We're going to double Battle Ballad to start. Alright, get everybody with a nice buff. at the very beginning, and then he can self-heal, huh? Ooh. Not accurate enough. Alright. Let's worry about this second rank guy.
Strike.
Nice. What I'm thinking here is, so once he goes down, I can probably then focus on the front rank tank for a few turns, and then maybe the corpse will have gone away by the time this guy dies. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to keep buffing with these guys, as it feels like the best thing they can do for us is ensure that we're not missing with our heavy damage dealers. Not loving the back row shots, though. To 51. The stress isn't climbing as much as I thought it could. Nice. Got rid of him. And then move him forward 3, but then I'd have no way to get back. Yeah, probably not worth it. I did make the incredibly boneheaded mistake of not repositioning my Crusaders so that I could hit the 3rd rank again, which actually means I'm going to end up repositioning here. Tempting Goblet. He could probably use a turn of stress reduction with a stress of 70. So let's go ahead and we'll do stress heals. Doesn't have the ability to stress heal, so we'll just party buff. Have him do his self-stress heal. Alright, so that's got an 18 down. That's actually pretty decent. And then he can leap forward. Oh, it doesn't quite get it done, though. I wish I knew how long these things were going to last. Like, whether or not it was worthwhile to wait them out. Hey, there we go. Ask and you shall receive. Alright, so he's down to 3. Buff again. Go ahead and stress reduce. And then that'll get rid of him. And I'm gonna stress reduce again. My hope is that will clear on the next turn. Yeah, tempting goblet. Very nice dodge. And it did not go away. Okay. We're gonna get real silly. He's gonna perform a solo. That did debuff his accuracy, which is something at least. We'll go ahead and stress heal for him. And then swap him out. And the whole idea here was that he can now Holy Lance at that rank, which didn't quite do it. Oh man. And our Jester is now at death's door.
Terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
At last, the greatest joke of all. Okay. It's solo again. It does no damage though, it just decreases accuracy. I guess why not?
A devastating blow.
I really just need someone else to get their turn. Inspiring Tune, Stress Heal. Come on, Crusader. You are my only hope. Oh, can I not? Oh, I can't Holy Lance at the... Okay, but I can still do that. Yeah, that'll get the job done. I judge thee guilty.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah. Don't worry, there is 0 overconfidence going on right now. We did bring food, so we can at least heal him up a little bit. And scouting is nice. Alright, I know I don't need to go that way. There's a trap there, but I'm going to run into one battle in the hallway and then another in the room. So we're looking at probably... Oh, this is not a fun fight, really. Okay. So we'll harvest. The bleed is good. Battle Ballad. Okay. I'm trying to think if I can get the bleed to deliver the killing blow. I think that would be for the best, right? Oh, miss. Don't miss. try this again. Nice. Stacked bleed for him. Doing 2 for 3. Okay. So we get that guy out. No corpse should be created there. He'll shift forward.
The sharpened blade.
And I'm thinking we can do some more party buffs. He's at 1. I can't really attack him now. Oh, lovely, lovely. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so that sorts out all of those problems, as the only question was how to damage that guy without killing him, as the guy behind him wouldn't move up, but we no longer have to worry about that. Unfortunately,
mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, speaking of resistance, here's the reason you bring a shovel. Fortunately, we only brought 1 shovel.
Tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Alright. And although that is one of my favorite lines in the game, right now it is not one that I wanted to hear.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I mean, any video game that can teach you about the word indefatigable is A-okay in my book. Alright, not the worst fight. And actually, we might still have quite a bit of our buff remaining, which is good. We'll just double battle ballad and then see what we can do about these guys. Bone Rabble, Bone Soldier. So he's the tougher. Alright, that got rid of that guy. Ugh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, that I can deal with. So I do think I'm learning that it is worthwhile to clear the corpses with attacks. If for no other reason than waiting them out just takes too long, like way too long. I really wish that that also included some dodge. I also really wish that he had the ability that cleared corpses. We're gonna go ahead and do that. He'll slide forward. He can attack that rank. Oh, but he's not gonna be able to do enough damage to that rank. Man, these guys have 16 HP. I never realized that. And no protection, but man, that didn't do very good damage to him. Oh, that did a decent enough chunk. Okay, that I can live with. So we'll Inspiring Tune, Smite. He'll be there still. Good slice off. He's got 9 HP though. It's just really not worth it, right? Like 2 to 3. Yeah, that's. If like I could have landed like an amazing crit there, but I didn't.
In the pursuit of glory.
It's fine.
Gold.
It's fine. Discretion, better part of valor. I get it. We're totally going to be able to win this fight. And in the back of my head, I'm keeping in mind these guys are only level 0. Like they're literally not even level 1. If we lose a level 0 character, the world has not come falling down around us. I'd like to not have to lose them, but it's going to be okay. Alright, so that cleared them. He is now, ironically, all the corpses cleared, and he moved out of the ability for our Jester to attack. But our leper can get it done on the very next round.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They
Awesome.
can be beaten.
And that was quest completed. You know, I kind of dislike this, because there's almost always like a treasure chest you want to loot or something in the final room. And it just made more sense that it popped up and then went away so that you could deal with all that stuff. Now, I tell you what, we're not gonna look for any more fights. I think another room battle would probably get us killed, or another hallway battle even would get us killed. But we did previously scout this corridor, and so I know that all that should be in it is a trap. He's got 30%, 10, 10, 30. Okay, well, he doesn't have a great chance against these, but yeah.
Injury and
Put him on death's door,
stage for
but we can easily get him back off of it.
cowardice.
Of course, his stress didn't like that very much at all. I mainly came down here for this. Alright, a couple of busts, a little bit of gold, and a stack of books that unsettles me. Alright, it just reduced torchlight, not a big deal. Alright, with that, we're going to go ahead and complete this quest.
Bones return to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss.
And decent rewards. We got plenty of crests, to be sure. We're going to have most of our trouble with deeds here at the very beginning, though. And we gained 3 new characters at level 1. He became fated. That's actually wonderful. So he's already got an accuracy increasing trait, and now he can turn misses into hits. Obsessed with food, damage in the runes, and God-fearing. And then poor Pekoth did not return to town with the rest of us.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
All right. And although we are no longer the envy of this land, we did unlock the wield, I think. The guild, the blacksmith, and then we get the report from our de-stressing guys. Unfortunately, Mandeville was so overcome with emotion that she donated generously to the Abbey. Yay! Alright. And as we pop back out here, we have now unlocked 2 more buildings. However, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe to see more videos daily. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.